Hey, this is Chan from DifferenceInSkill, and I'm bringing you a for sale video. Hell yeah, more of these. So right now it's going to be this, the stack box, with a nice portrait of Overlord THE END on the back. But what is inside the stack box, you say? Well, I'm guessing you wouldn't guess that there would be Overlord THE ENDs in there. So, the stack is for sale, comes with this stack box, of course. And then, the stack is multi-languaged, so if you have lots of problems with that, then I could try to help you out and like fix up most of this. But if you're okay with it, then that's great for me. So yeah. So first of all, I'll go over the deck list. Starting Vanguard, Conroe. He's OP. Yeah, he's OP. 4 heal. 4 draw. 4 crit, and 4 more crit. So pretty standard trigger lineup. So yeah, not much to say. One fun fact about this is that I always find it funny when people can tutor like once in the game. They call it a toolbox deck, also known as the Alfred toolbox, which everyone knows Alfred's counterblast costs 3. You can only tutor once with him unless you get heal, which is hilarious. So I could basically play Kage. What server are you playing on? Dragon Nest. I'll tell you later, man. So basically, this guy, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, okay. I'm playing Kage. I'm playing Conroe Toolbox." How come people don't say that? How come people don't call it Conroe Toolbox when he is about as effective as Alfred? I mean, he can search for any level 1, and in this deck, level 1s are like the most amazing thing in the world. Anyways, that's just a little rant about that. So I'll move on. For Bahr, very good card, you know. 8Ks generally are very good. Sometimes not. This deck is Burning Horn, so it's a good card. For Aremo, this helps you dig for your Overlord THE ENDs, or if you want to pull a Kai Toshiki, you can, attack with Overlord THE END, Twin Drive, hit, use Aremo, ditch 1, draw into Overlord THE END, Persona Blast, because apparently that works, which is ridiculous. So yeah, Aremo's a very good choice. 4 is, it's okay, I guess. Even though he's only 6k, everything in your deck is significantly strong. Your level 3s, your Burning Horns. So it doesn't really matter how strong your boosters are. As long as they're 6k plus, you're hitting for decent amounts every time. 3 Demonic Mage Kimnara. He is probably one of the best rares in the game. Soul Charge it, Counterblast 1, snipe out a level 1 against your deck, Overload THE END. Killing level 1s, especially those pesky AKs, will allow your deck to excel in what it does best, tank and kill, which is very, very good. Flame of Promise Aremo. It's like this dude, except he grew out his hair, or she grew out his hair, I don't know, and is now wearing some weird armor. This is kind of like Charge Gall in the sense that it boosts your ace card for 10k. Charge Gall, of course, boosts for 11, but Flame of Promise boosts for 10. So the new ones are definitely much better, but in the situation where you don't cross-ride, you have him and him as an option, so you can hit for 21, and it's pretty good. You'd only need 1 because you have Conroe P. Because, Toolbox Conroe deck, yeah. We should always... Every time you play Kagero, you should ask, "Oh, are you playing Conroe Toolbox?" And then, see if anyone thinks you're retarded. And then you'll say, and then, I'll probably do it. Asking, any Kagero player saying, "Are you playing Conroe Toolbox by any chance?" And they'll be like, "Well, I start with Conroe." Like, "Oh, so you are playing Conroe Toolbox." And they'll be like, "What the hell?" Anyways, 3 Barri. In a defensive deck like THE END, cross-brides in general, you don't need all 4. You could opt for 4. Once again, you have Conroe P. So, if you actually need it, you can search for it. There's no rush to use Conroe until you actually know what you need. So, yeah, very solid grade 1 lineup. Because, Kagero is amazing. 3 Nehalem. Nehalem's good and all, but he gets outshowed by Burning Horn. 3 of them. Burning Horn is a 12k attacker if you had an Overlord in your Vanguard zone, which is all of your level 3s. So, Nehalem's good for defensive purposes because of, say your opponent has a Vivian, and it's their Vanguard, and they're boosted by the one and only Spring Breeze Messenger, something around those lines. If they need their Vanguard attack to hit, if you have a 10k level 2, and you get to level 2 before grade 2 before they do, you can easily block their Vanguard for 10k. Like, they cannot pass, it's no risk. But say if you ride something like Burning Horn, you need to overguard, which in that case it might not even be worth it. So 10k level 2s are always good to have. They're not always necessary, but it has a lot of good benefits if you ride them. 2 Berserk Dragons. I like only playing 2 Berserk Dragons because I like to save the counterblast for Overlord the End. Of course, if my opponent is not allowing me to use this effect, I can always pick off some of the stray boosters with the Berserk Dragons because, you know, Berserk Dragons are amazing. 2 Tejas. Tejas is another really good card in Kagero because, once again, following the theme of killing level 1s, Overlord the End does not want to be contested. Simply attack your whatever. Attack your, I don't know, Maron or your Bahr. And, you know, it'll always hit for a decent amount. People might say, yeah, Tejas only has 6k. Well, I mean 8k, sorry. And then you think about it, what level 1 has over 8k on your opponent's turn? Nothing. So a good way to abuse that is to have Aremo with Tejas. So you can attack something in the back with Aremo. If you kill it, that's great. You get ditch 1, draw 1 because of Aremo. And you also kill level 1. That could be precious to them. This will make them guard if they need to. Like, say it's an 8k, you can guard. You can force out a guard while keeping them at low damage, so their limit break is actually not active. A really good plan of action is actually to keep them at 3 damage while you stockpile on your Overlord the Ends, and then you can finish them in one blow. Like, if you attack with Overlord the End, say you get a critical trigger, put it on the end, he stands, and you attack again. Now, Overlord the End already has 2 crit, and you can potentially push for game on that next attack. So, it is really, really strong. So, keeping your opponents low, sniping up their boosters, is very, very efficient at, you know, pulling the game into your favor very consistently. Of course, 4 Dragonic Overlord, he is amazing. Not really, I'm just kidding. He's only really good because the end exists. His effect of Eternal Flame, his Eternal Flame effect, or, you know, whatever you guys want to call it, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's Imba. It costs way too much. If it costs 2 counterblasts, it might just be Imba. So it's balanced. I like this card very much. With Aremo, he becomes 17. You have a 17 row. Hits things like Majesty Lord, or just in general 11Ks and higher. So he's a pretty solid level 3. And of course, star of the show, Dragonic Overlord The End. He is great. I mean, what can I say? He's the most broken card in the game. He's a cross ride, becomes 13k. If he attacks a unit and hits, you can counterblast 2, ditch a card, twin drive again, potentially getting another The End, standing again and killing them. I mean, this sounds really unlikely, but that can be your game plan. You just need to make your deck around it. Definitely, I like that build, so that's why I plan my deck around that. Say being counterblast efficient and sniping out boosters, so then you can delay the game until you stockpile like at least 1 or 2 in your hand, and then, you know, you just go, okay, attack, Personal Blast, okay, stand, attack again, Personal Blast, stand again, attack for 3 crit, GG, right? It's quite useful, yes, quite useful, this card. I will not be disclosing the price of this deck on the video. Please PM if you are interested. If you want some changes, say oh, I don't want it to be all like half-half. I want it to be all Japanese. I can try to do that for you, but I'll have to see. Because some of these cards are quite hard to come by right now. Like Iron, Burning Horns. Nehalems are really weird to find. I mean, Barris, they're hard to find. Kimnaras, they're hard to find. Like, a lot of these cards are hard to find. So, yeah. And besides, English cards are technically worth more, but, you know, I don't really want to go into that. So, yeah. This is Chan's Overload the End deck. If you guys want it, you may PM me. I prefer you PMing me. If you want, say, the end signed or something. Because, I don't know, some people ask for us to sign their merchandise, which is kind of flattering. I mean, the end is such a key card that like you could have it signed, so then you know think of me when you sleep. I mean, what? Okay, bye.